Okay. Another note on the pre-workouts. So now it makes sense why they don't attack me while I'm doing like with the chemicals. They don't chemically attack me when I am lifting weights. They only do it when I'm doing cardio. Because when I do my cardio, I run 13 miles, and by the time I run the 13 miles, the pre-workout is sweated out of my body, and it no longer affects like the way I talk and stuff like that. It has a little bit in my body after I leave there, but not enough. So it doesn't like, it still breaks me out a little bit, and it can affect my speech a little bit, but not as bad as if I'm doing it without running. If I don't run and I don't get the stuff out of my body, then it's toxic, and it affects my motor skills and everything. Like whatever it is, it's poisonous and it's not good. And I want to point out the companies and the brands that have been involved in this too. So the bum, it's funny. They call me a bum. They try to make me look like a bum because it destroyed my career. And Bumstead, I'm Winstead. You know what I mean? So that's a play on my name to try to talk crap. You know what I mean? The Rise energy drink, it did that now, like the other day. That's what gave me this blemish. Let's see what else there was. C4 was the first one they did it with. That was like the first pre-workout I started using. That was all the ones at Walmart, like Total War. It's another one I was using at the gym. Like all the ones in the gyms that I would like be a member at would have them in there. Celsius isn't as bad, but it gives me an ingrown hair like in my eyebrow. I have to pluck it, and it ends up looking like that at the end of the day. So just wanted to highlight some of the brands that were involved, and then I would go and try to buy products to like treat my facial blemishes, like hyaluronic acid, stuff like that. Some of the brands that they were using, Nivea was one they were using, like the cream. What was another one? I think like they've used like the Band-Aids, the Band-Aid liquid like stitch or whatever. I would try to use that, and then like even alcohol and hydrogen peroxide, they contaminate those at the stores that I shop at. They know where I'm at because I'm on foot. They triangulate my movements, like they have my phone service, like this Total Wireless. I guess my brother started it under Verizon, so now I know that Verizon's been fair with me. I haven't had any issues with Verizon directly, but when you go underneath their towers, like if he was to buy, like he bought Total Wireless or whatever, right? Or him and his constituents, affiliates, the criminal network, purchased some radio space underneath Verizon. And so now Verizon can't say what they do under that network. So if I use that network, like he did administrative moves to keep me from seeing certain things on the internet. And I'm sure he could block certain communications like phone calls. That's why I don't even have a SIM card in this phone. I'm going to return this device today and swap it out for a different company. I think there's another company I know that I've used in the past. It's from Texas. The guy I used to work with, I think he's a divine being as well. And I think he's a good person. So I'm going to try to use his network. I know who he is. But even that network may be compromised. But I'm not going to use the network. I'll just use the device. But if the network provider is like this is way too close. That's why the guy at Walmart was telling me not to use this brand of phone. He knew more than I did, and he was trying to give me advice, but I didn't understand. I knew the Verizon, I would have to have service to activate the phone for the first month, and I didn't have enough money to do it at the time, so I didn't do it. So just another note on these pre-workouts, some of the brands that were used. Also, Alani was one that was doing it too. And also my brother, when I was in communication with him, when I was working for that company, he was telling me about that brand, Alani, to like try to use that product. He was trying to promote that product to me. Over our phone conversations, I know he knew it was being broadcast on a larger audience than what he could reach. So that being said, that's the end of that.